Good morning, everyone. Our topic for today is all about establishing performance objectives and standards. What is performance objectives? Objectives are statements of an important and measurable outcome that, when accomplished, will help ensure success for the accountability. The purpose of establishing objectives is to identify a limited number of highly important results that, when achieved, will have a dramatic impact on overall success of the organization. Objectives need to be challenging but not impossible to achieve. They must be stretched, but employees should feel that objective is reachable. Not all objectives are created equal. Therefore, objectives should be prioritized and tackled one by one. Good objectives have deadlines and mileposts. Objectives lacking a time dimension are likely to be neglected. Good objectives are doable. That is, employees should have sufficient skills and training to achieve them. Significant. Objectives must be important to the organization. To feel value, employees must believe that if objectives is achieved, it will have a critical impact on the overall success of the organization. In addition to the manager and employee in question, the other organizational members who may be affected by the objectives need to be aware of them. Good objectives are not immutable. They can, and like will, change based on changes in the work or business environments. Too many objectives may become impossible to achieve, but too few may not make a sufficient contribution to the organization. Between 5 and 10 objectives per review period is manageable number. There are three main reasons why goal setting leads to better performance. First is setting a goal. Setting a goal establishes a clear priority and clear focus over other less important tasks. Second, a specific and difficult goal increases effort over and above an easy or non-existent goal. Third is target goals. Target goals improves persistence because there is a clear target in sight. Now, let's talk about performance standards. What is performance standards? It defines the expected level of employees' performance. The standards provide raters with information about what to look for to determine the level of performance that has been achieved. Standards can be referred to various aspects of a specific objective, including quality, quantity, and time. Each of these aspects can be considered a criterion to be used in judging the extent to which an objective has been achieved. Standards must include an action, the desired result, a due date, and some type of quality or quantity indicator. Standards usually describe fully satisfactory performance. As soon as the standards has been created, one can create standards that describe minimum performance and outstanding performance. Characteristics of performance standards. First is job related. Good standards are based on the job's key elements and tasks, not on individual traits or person-to-person comparisons. Second, verifiable. They allow us to distinguish between different performance levels. A good standard should be concrete so that there should be no dispute over whether and how well they were met. Third, measurable. Good standards provide necessary information about performance in the most efficient way possible. Good standards are created by taking into account the cost, accuracy, and availability of the needed data. Fourth, meaningful. Good standards are about what is important and relevant to the purpose of the job, to the achievement of the organization's mission and objectives, and to user or recipient of the product or service. Fifth is achievable. Standards are possible to accomplish, but they require a stretch. Employees should be able to reach the standards within the specific time frame. Information should be available on a regular basis to determine whether the employees has reached the standard, and if not, remedial action should be taken. Now let's move on to types of a control. Feedback control involves gathering information about the past activity or action and evaluating that information and taking steps to improve similar activities or action in the future. Feedback control is historical in nature and is also known as post-action control. The implication is that the measured activity has already occurred, and it is impossible to go back and perform correctly to bring it up to standard. Second, concurrent control. The process of monitoring and adjusting ongoing activities and processes. Concurrent controls are dynamic engagement in a current process where observations are made in real time. Such controls are not necessarily proactive, but they can prevent problems from getting worse. For this reason, we often describe concurrent control as real-time control as it relates to current. A set of procedures are implemented to monitor project execution in order to find and solve problems or potential problems in a timely manner. Feed-forward control, a management and communication term that alludes to representative or association to give a controlled impact from which you are expected output. Feed-forward controls are future-directed. They attempt to detect and anticipate problems or deviation from the standards in advance of their occurrence. They are in process control and are very active, aggressive in nature, allowing correction action to be taken in advance of the problem. Behavioral control involves direct evaluation of managerial and employee decision making, not the result of managerial decision. Behavioral control identified reward for a wide range of criteria, such as in a balanced scorecard. When there are many external and internal factors, behavioral control and appreciative rewards are more appropriate that may affect the relationship between managers' decision and organizational performance. Financial and non-financial controls. An increasing number of organizations are measuring customer loyalty, referral, employee satisfaction, and other such performance areas that are not financial. Unlike financial control, the non-financial related control monitor aspect of the organization that are not promptly financial in nature, but are expected to lead to positive performance outcome in the future.